Okay?
Okay, in this book, I've been given this book that you've recently written so that I can take it apart, unravel it, dissect it, unzip it like a program. That's probably the word that applies the best, but all of those words apply. And on the cover of the book is a large empty circle that you had drawn on the chalkboard that night in class. This dream occurred 2 weeks ago, right at Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the large empty circle is all that's on the cover except for the title of the book, which I don't remember, and your name, and they're in small letters up in the top right-hand corner. I am completely overwhelmed by the task I'm supposed to assume, and I choose to put it aside for the time being, because I can't handle this project right now. It is too much for me. Then I am taken up near the top of an enormous metal circular ring, again a big empty circle. And it is understood that I am to be able to function in some significant way at this height. And again, I'm supposed to be undertaking some important task, but I can't even open my eyes because I'm petrified by how far up we are. And I've got here, we are way up looking down on the earth as it appears as if you were flying in an airplane. I realize I've got so much work to do before I could ever be able to even function at this height, and it's wrong for me to be there. I sense disappointment from those who have brought me up there, and I am ashamed. And then we get back down, and I find that somebody else has already started working and making headway on dissecting your book, so the job is no longer mine to do. That's the end of the dream.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Joe, once more, please.
All right. Reading it through, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And as you do it, if there's anything more you want to add, please do so.
All right. I'm given this book that you have recently written, and I'm to take it apart, unravel it, dissect it, unzip it. All these words apply. And it's not a large book. That was something. It was apparently simple. I mean, even the circle, even the cover. It looks deceptively simple, but it's an undaunting task that I'm being asked to do by taking this book apart, opening it, starting to read it. It will unfold. On the cover of the book is the same large empty circle as discussed in class that night.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, that's all that's on the cover except for the title and your name in small letters up in the top corner. And the book is also black and white, the cover. I'm completely overwhelmed by the task I'm supposed to assume, and I choose to put it aside for the time being. I can't handle this project right now. It is too much for me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm taken up near the top of an enormous metal circular ring, big empty circle, and it's understood that I'm supposed to be able to function at this height, again, to undertake some important task. But I can't even open my eyes. It's a sense of vertigo, looking down, and I just keep holding on to the side of this circle. The circle is also, did I mention it's metallic? It's just this big metallic, huge thing. when we're looking down on the earth, it appears as if we're flying an airplane. That's how high we are.
Mhm.
And I realize I've got so much work to do before I could ever be able to even function at this height, and it's wrong for me to be there. I sense disappointment from those who brought me up there, and I am ashamed. So they take me back down, and when we get down, I find somebody else has already started working on your book and making headway dissecting it. So the job is no longer mine to do.
Mhm. Good. And now, first level of reflection, go ahead.
Okay. In reference to the being completely overwhelmed by dissecting your book, couple of things. I've written here some notes that I took that I've always put off overwhelming tasks and projects until the last minute.
Okay, always. Right.
Yeah,
Put off
it's an MO.
such tasks, right?
Such as taxes, studying
Right.
for large exams.
To the last moment.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mhm.
However, I do maintain the confidence that I will get the job done well, even within the limited time that I allow myself. There have been a few exceptions to that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Another thing about that is that I give myself a lot of things to do, and I have a lot of projects going on even right now in my life, and I think I set myself up to feel that I'm not paying the attention that I want to in regards to my reading, in regards to this kind of work. But I know that it's there, and I know that if I were to focus my attention on it, that I could.
Okay, first level of reflection now. Go ahead.
What?
What do you notice looking at the dream? Well, let me ask you this.
Okay.
Is there a judgment here made in the dream about the task? It's not large. It's apparently simple. But it's a daunting task. Is that a nice contrast? In what way?
Well, I think that the task is daunting. It would be an all-consuming task.
You're all-consuming.
Other things would have to go by the wayside. I think there's some reluctance to allow myself to go there. That's another thing about these large projects and tasks that I